Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Noor Al Zekri, and I represent the academic center here at the BIBF. Before we get started, allow me to introduce Dr. Raja, who is the head of academic center, for her welcoming speech.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. صباح الخير والبركات حضورنا الكرام، يسعدني ويشرفني أن ألتقي بكم اليوم في هذا اللقاء المفتوح. It's our great pleasure being here today and to be granted this opportunity to welcome you all to our annual open house session. We are glad to take part in your transition from high school to university. As you graduate, you are one step closer toward making a huge decision and addressing a big question, which is basically which major to pursue, as it will define your shape and your future career. Not to worry, we at the BIBF take this matter very seriously, and we offer guidance and support to all of our candidates during your entire journey from applying till after graduation, so you will not walk alone. The BIBF was established in 1981 and has been offering quality programs to serve the financial services sector in Bahrain for more than 40 years. We have created a very strong local presence in Bahrain, and it gives us pride to be controlled and governed by the Central Bank of Bahrain. In addition to being locally recognized, we are a world-class institution. We have been offering international training in 64 countries worldwide. So our graduates stand out today in jobs market at the global level, since they acquire the knowledge needed to thrive their stream of profession. We are honored to note that all of our undergraduate programs are attested by the Higher Education Council in Bahrain. We are also equally honored to inform you that we are affiliated with top international universities such as Bangor University, and we have been able to establish a very strong relationship for more than 20 years and running. Now, without further ado, allow me to welcome Mrs. Noor Al Zekri to introduce you to the many possibilities and options offered at the BIBF, your future gateway to success and excellence. Thank you all, and may Allah Almighty wish you all with His great blessings and mercy, and hope to see you soon at the BIBF. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. for that welcoming speech. Just to make sure that you can view my screen. All right, so what is BIBF, or what does this name stand for? BIBF is short for Bahrain Institute of Banking and Finance. We were first established in 1981 with the main intention to train the bankers in the Kingdom of Bahrain. That idea then developed into why not train the bankers at a much younger level, which is at your level, at your age. And this is how BIBF plays a vital role in the training and development of the human capital in the Kingdom of Bahrain. We're committed to excellence, and that in return has strengthened our position as a top provider of quality education across major business disciplines. I'll just give you some BIBF highlights. As was mentioned earlier by Dr. Raja, yes, We've been in the Kingdom of Bahrain since 1981 for 40 years and running. We are a non-for-profit organization, and it gives us great pride to be governed by the Central Bank of Bahrain, which in return strengthens our position we have a very strong relationship with the Central Bank of Bahrain, and we've been entrusted to provide quality programs. And we have a strong relationship with the Central Bank of Bahrain and the banks in general in the Kingdom of Bahrain. We have delivered training to over 360,000 students worldwide to over 64 countries. And we offer over 600 specialized programs within the fields of the financial sector. We also have created a global trust, and it gives us pleasure to inform you that all of our academic qualifications are attested by the Higher Education Council. Moving on. Yes, the BIBF is an institute, but within the institute there are different centers. Each center provides programs to cater to its learners' needs. For example, the banking would offer professional programs for the bankers. Accounting and Finance Center would do the same. The Insurance Islamic Finance Department or Center would offer an ADIF program, for example, that would cater to its learners' needs. And us in the Academic Center, well, we offer you undergraduate programs to cater to your needs. As was mentioned, yes, we offer training to over 360,000 students since inception 1981 and globally to over 64 countries. Now, let us discuss why join the BIBF. What makes the BIBF different? So we'll be discussing and going over 14 reasons why choose the BIBF as the place to study. So first of all, BIBF offers you a BIBF International Foundation program, which is recognized by the UK NARIC. Now, what does it mean to be recognized by the UK NARIC? It means that for students who are interested to join the foundation program here in Bahrain, complete it, then transfer to the UK, that's possible. We allow you to complete the foundation program as long as it's within the stream of business studies. You'd be able to transfer directly to one of our affiliated 21 universities in the UK. So that's one option for you if you wish to continue your studies abroad in the UK. Second of all, BIBF graduates are employable locally and also internationally, and they acquire international competencies. The rate of employability upon graduation is 86%, which is quite high. After the 14 reasons why, what I'll do is I'll be showing you a short video which showcases one of our graduates, Maryam Kameshki, who is the youngest head of trading in BNP Paribas Bank. So she's the head of trading, which means that yes, our graduates, they acquire the knowledge, and it's a blend of academia and professional competencies because our instructors are within the field itself. So the knowledge you receive is hands-on from the field. The students would learn not only academic or theoretical knowledge, but also applied sciences. And I'll go more in details when I discuss the following reasons why to join BIBF. So, point 5, we support our students, especially those who wish to become entrepreneurs, and we connect them to the job market. So basically, if you follow us on social media accounts, you would probably have a background knowledge about this. We showcase some of our graduates, and we've got a large number of graduates who are entrepreneurs. I'm not sure if you've heard of Yasser, who created Mala'ib app. So Mala'ib app has been created by one of our graduates, Yasser, who basically help sport lovers to book sport venues. We also have some other alumni who basically created or established food truck business in Bahrain Bay. So if you follow us on Instagram, you'd be able to view those videos. Moreover, so we offer students free of charge dedicated seats to access major BIBF learning events from speakers from all around the world and acquire additional knowledge in addition to what their curriculum offers them. Number 7, we have built a strong network of market connections. As I've mentioned, we're with our strong relationship with the central bank and the banks across the Kingdom of Bahrain. We have a very strong market connection, which also helps basically connect the students upon graduating to the job market. Just 2 weeks ago and the past weeks, basically, we've been receiving requests from prestigious entities such as KFH, Al Ahli Bank, Invest Corp for opportunities for our graduates. So our university is the first in the Middle East to offer a dealing room training which provides access to financial simulation similar to that available in Bahrain Bourse. So when you graduate, not only will you learn theoretical knowledge, but also applied sciences, and you'd have background as to how to trade. We offer students access to over 600 courses, professional talks and conferences and seminars. In addition to that, we prepare students for when they graduate by counseling them, preparing them for their job market, and preparing them or giving them guidance as to how to write their CVs and resumes. For students who wish to continue with us and wish to pursue a career or a major in accounting and finance, upon graduating, you would receive exemptions from ACCA, which is a professional qualification. Now, it's important to note point 13 and 14. When you study at BIBF, what you'll receive is an international degree while being at the comforts of your home locally. Another thing is that our academic degrees are attested by the Higher Education Council. So now allow us to share with you a video of Maryam Kameshki, the youngest head in BNP Paribas.
To manage this role, which is 11. And my name is Maryam Kameshki. I graduated from Bangor University in 2011, and I'm the head of Middle East and North Africa interest rate and foreign exchange trading at BNP Paribas Bahrain. To be honest with you, being entrusted to be the youngest person to manage this role, which is a global role, has definitely been challenging. Heading Middle East and North Africa interest rate and foreign exchange markets covers a span of 10 markets, and each market requires dedicated and special attention to ensure that we are there to support the market, we are there to facilitate prices and market intel for our clients. So for that, I continue to be excited. It's been a privilege running that role, and I aim to basically continue to add value. It gives me great pleasure to represent BNP Paribas Middle East and North Africa trading desk globally out of our local presence. Desire, drive, hard work, commitment, and being a team player. I think those are the 5 key skills that you need to possess in order to take on a leadership role. I have learned a lot from my time at university at BIBF. I think the key thing that differentiates this institution from many others is the fact that it has applied sciences and applied practical experiences coming fresh from the field, especially in banking, where we had most of our instructors coming from their real jobs as bankers. I remember perfectly well doing a course in treasury management, and that course was taught by the head of treasury at one of the local banks. So the knowledge that I gained was not only theoretical, but it was also practical, and that definitely helped build my knowledge throughout the years to reach where I am at today. Achieving a first-class honours in banking and finance from Bangor University has definitely opened the doors for me to pursue a postgraduate degree in finance and economics. And after that, it definitely helped open the doors for me to join an international organisation. I think my favourite experience at the university was the time where I was the Student Council President. It was an eventful year because during the mornings, we were busy completing our undergraduate studies. In the afternoon, I was working on the Student Council extracurricular activities. And in the evening, I was doing my Islamic Banking and Finance Diploma from the IBF. So it was definitely eventful and enriching. So those were the key things that I think any young student at the IBF should definitely target. I'll talk more about the Student Council. So being the Student Council President definitely helped build my leadership role at a very young age. I was engaged with students on various extracurricular activities, being from sports activities to voluntary work to planning a trip, or one of the first trips that were planned for students at the university to go to take a delegation actually from Bahrain and visit the United Kingdom on a short trip to enrich student life basically and open up different experiences for other students. So that helped me with developing, again, leadership skills, multitasking skills, and to some extent applied finance skills, because all of these extracurricular activities required budgeting. And I think the key thing in finance is basically knowing what your budget is. My advice to current students is to stay focused, to continue to push through and drive for more. Try as much as you can to engage in extracurricular activities, because that really helps build profile. So I think for me that worked well. I think this is one of the best programs in the Kingdom of Bahrain. I definitely recommend this program for future students, especially that it's an international program where you can obtain an international degree through your local presence. It has many benefits, especially at a time of the pandemic where people were sent to work from home, students were studying from home. It has been proven that this program can deliver a quality education despite the difficulties that the world has been facing.
Noor, I think your mic was muted, honey. So if you can go back to the previous slide.
Sure. Can you hear me now? I apologize for the inconvenience. Okay, so let me repeat what was mentioned. So let's discuss the undergraduate programs in details, as well as the requirements for the programs that we offer. So yes, the BIBF offers students the opportunity to study for an internationally recognized degree in Bahrain, taught by highly qualified international faculty, and the certifications will all be attested by the Higher Education Council in Bahrain. So to begin with, high school graduates with a high school diploma will all be needing to enroll in the foundation year. So the International Foundation program that we offer runs for 1 year, and it would help you. It's like a bridging gap between high school and university, whereby you will be studying introductory subjects to introduce you to the business world. It's a 1 year program, 2 semesters. In each semester, students would take on 4 modules. The first semester would start in September, ends in January. Second semester would start in February and would end in June. The assessments are structured in a way that you'd be taking on exams and coursework assessments as well. So, as was mentioned, one of the options for students upon completing the foundation year is to, if they'd like to complete their studies abroad, they get to do that upon completing it, as long as it's within the stream of business. So some of the universities that we are affiliated with include University of Leeds, Cardiff University, the University of Sheffield, University of Sussex, University of Reading, and many more. If you're interested to know about the other list of universities upon completing this presentation, please email us requesting for the list, and we will do the needful. Okay, so what are the subjects that are covered in the foundation program? This would include the academic study skills, which will basically teach you or provide you with the knowledge as to how to answer the assessments as university students, how to reference. So all the knowledge that you need to receive for you to basically transition from high school to university, you will gain through the academic study skills module. You'll be taking on Introduction to Economics, Introduction to Math 1, Business English, academic and writing and presentation skills, principles of accounting and finance, emerging business trends, and introduction to statistics. The requirements of the program would include students will need to attain an overall average of 75% as a minimum, above or equivalent. But if you, for example, have an average that is less than 75%, please do contact us to find out alternative solutions for this. If you do basically have an overall average of less than 75%. Another requirement is the Ielts assessment, which is a UKVI of 6. However, if you're interested to join our program and continue with our Bangor University program, then you will need to score 60% in the Business English module, 50% the academic study skills, and another 50% the academic writing and presentation skills to be exempted from the Ielts, if you wish to continue with us in the Bangor program, basically. So basically the fees is 4,000 BD per year, 2,000 BD per semester, and it could be also payable through installments. This does not include the books nor lab fee. All right, so we've already discussed the many possibilities. So first possibilities upon completing the foundation is if you'd like to travel abroad, then we are affiliated with universities in the UK. Another option is if you wish to continue with us and pursue the Bangor University program, which offers you a major or a bachelor's in accounting and finance or a bachelor's in banking and finance. Okay, the other option is also the University of London, which offers you a bachelor's in economics and management. So for students who wish to continue in the Bangor program, given the bachelor's in accounting and finance, this will open up doors for you to work in any organization, as any organization will need and require an accountant. So it will open up the doors for you, not only in banks, but all organizations. And as well, banking and finance would give you the possibility to work in any department in a bank. Students who are wishing to pursue a bachelor's in banking and finance and a diploma in Islamic finance, that's also possible. So what are the requirements if you wish to study at the Bangor program? Entry requirements would be to complete the foundation program, or if you've done your full IB of 24 points and above, and or 3 A-levels of scores of E and above, or a CBSE of 60% total average, then you would be exempted from the foundation program. So whether it was the full IB with the scores mentioned, A-levels with the scored mentions, and CBSE the scored mentions, you can be exempted from the foundation and start majoring in year 1 straight ahead. But then you will also need to provide us with an IELTS UK VI of 6. For students continuing from the foundation, then yes, you can instead of the IELTS assessment, you can score 60% in the business English, 50% academic science skills, and 50% in academic writing presentation skills modules. So in the 3 English modules in the foundation, if you score these percentages, then you will be exempted from the IELTS. The study options are in the Bangor program would be either to complete your entire studies here in Bahrain, or to do 2 years here in Bahrain. The final year would be in the UK. Regardless, so I'm sure if you travel to the UK, you'd get like experience because you'd be independent. You would acquire lots of knowledge as well. But if you whether you decide to continue studying here in Bahrain or UK, your degree will be issued from the UK at Bangor University and not from BIBF. The way that the assessments are structured would be through exams and courseworks, and the fees is 4,000 BD per year, a total per year in total, 2,000 BD per semester, and the final year fee would depend whether you'd like to continue here in Bahrain or in the UK, and it could also be payable through installments. Now, allow me to welcome Professor John Ashton, from the Bangor University and Bangor University Business School, to give you more information about the Bangor University programs and life in general.
Hello there. I do hope you're well. Hello, I'm Professor John Ashton from Bangor University. Initially, I do hope I'm managing to share some files there. Hopefully that's all working. But I'm John Ashton from Bangor University. Start off with it, just say how proud we are at Bangor University to have been able to partner with BIBF for the last 20 years. It's wonderful having such a long-term and an established partnership with BIBF. And today, really, I just wanted to talk to you really about hopefully studying for a Bangor degree at BIBF, and to provide some details about Bangor and the university, and also some details about studying in the UK if anyone chose to do so. But of course, people can study the whole degree, of course, in Bahrain as well. But just moving on, oops, lots of pictures here. Picture of Bangor from the sea, and another one here as well. And of course, Bangor, as you can tell, is in northwest Wales in the United Kingdom, flanked between mountains and the sea, and is in a very leafy campus. It's a small city. It's the oldest cathedral city in the UK, and of course is in a UNESCO heritage site as well, is Bangor. And that's a picture of Bangor from the area as well. It's a small city, so if people do ever come to Bangor, hopefully, and study there, it's a villagey feel where people do find it friendly, it's low crime, and also hopefully very navigable, and people do remember it for those reasons as well. But Bangor at night, as well as our location, we're very, very proud to have happy students, and for many, many years we can say we've been in the top 10 in the UK of all universities in the UK, and there are a lot of them for student satisfaction. Our students seem to be very happy with what we do achieve, and these are recorded in both unofficial and also official government surveys as well in terms of student satisfaction. Also, the government in the UK does look at our quality of teaching, and we've only ever been awarded a gold award for our teaching at Bangor, and one of very few actually institutions which have received that. Also, in terms of research, we're top 40 in the UK in terms of the last time the UK government assessed our research. Our next research exercise was actually submitted last Friday, and we'll find out what we got next year on that. But we're top 40 in the UK. So Bangor is an iconic setting. It's offered excellent university education for about 130 years. And we have lots of these Gothic old buildings, as well as some very, very modern new sharp edge buildings as well. And we're a university of mid-size, so we have over 10,000 students. And we're in this very, very pretty location, which I think is acknowledged to be probably one of the best, if not the best locations in terms of scenery and environment in the UK. Now, the university as a whole, we were established in 1884. Gold standard for our teaching, always have had. And so what the UK government says that we do well in our terms of our teaching is how we engage with our students. We're very bought into the idea of student-led learning. Also, our teaching assessment practice has been deemed to be very strong, our personalised support, and we do try to enhance our students' employability a lot. But to give a feel for, say, where Bangor is, we're right in the middle of the UK and Ireland, slightly closer to Dublin than London, but very, very well connected in terms of local airports and also the railway system in the UK, because it's a strategic point is Bangor, right in the middle. So we do have some quite good transport links there as well. I'm from the Bangor Business School, and this is where the degrees offered through BIBF do come from. That's a picture of the business school there. I can see I've left my windows in my office open actually in that picture there. And Bangor Business School has been going for a number of years, but we've been offering banking teaching in Bangor since 1902. And because of this legacy, this heritage of offering banking for so long, say REPEC, that's it's a system run by the Federal Reserve in the USA, and they place us in the top 50 for banking research globally, really in light of that. But moving on, in terms of the Bangor degrees, as Noor has said before, we have these 2 degrees, banking and finance, accounting and finance. Each year you're required to get 120 credits for your degree, 3 years, 360 credits. Modules you'll take will be either 10 or 20 credits. Where our graduates seem to get employment, so you've got a few icons from the big blue chip firms where our students do go. Because of our legacy in banking particularly, we're particularly proud of links we have across the world with central banks these days, and we have many alumni who work in a whole range of different institutions, got quite a few different countries there, and there are many more as well. And we still do talk to a lot of these institutions as well. So our graduates do find work around the world in many different areas, not just in banks, but also regulators as well. But as Noor did say, you can transfer, you can either choose to study all the way through in Bahrain. And Bahrain, of course, is a beautiful place to be studying. But if someone did fancy something different just for their final year and to see a bit of the world, Bangor's a lovely place to come and see, and you can transfer to Bangor in your 3rd year. Now, the 2 courses, what you'll be studying in 3rd year, so the banking and finance, lots of banking in this, but also lots of what we would call data analytics, which are a very employable, marketable skill to have, where you come stronger in numbers and analysing numbers overall, which is very important within both banking and many other professions these days as well. Also, the accounting and finance, as Noor was saying, highly employable as well, being an accountant. They're still getting jobs everywhere, and similarly a whole range of courses there, and to give a feel of what's there. The other thing to say is we've had this dreadful pandemic thing going across the world. Now, where I live, it hasn't managed with the pandemic as well as Bahrain. Very few countries on earth have managed as well as Bahrain, may I say. But we are coming out of lockdown now in Wales. I can say we are coming out, and our teaching, say for this year, has been involved generally online. We do hope, as things do sort themselves out and people do get the vaccine, I think it's over half of people in the UK have now had that, that live sessions will develop in time. But at the moment, how we're offering things is online. But just to mention as well, the campus, very leafy, as we've mentioned, the accommodation, if anyone wants to come, we do win awards. In terms of the accommodation, it's generally organised around student villages, which is what we generally encourage, and it's highly affordable. It's relatively deemed to be very, very good value, very affordable in the UK for student accommodation. But to give an idea of the cost of living there and the tuition fees. In terms of careers and employability, we're very keen on this at Bangor University. We have a whole range of different services, advisors, for students that wish to take advantage of this to improve their employability over time as well. And also we have a whole range of different initiatives which people take, say our Be Enterprising programme, and we encourage people to work towards a employability award where you gain points for doing further employability activities. We even do try to organise employability activities specifically for our Bahraini students as well that come to Bangor, because they are very valuable to us. But just finishing off, really, say would hope that you would want to study a Bangor degree, be it in Bahrain or be it in Bahrain and also coming to Bangor, because it's lovely to see you as well. I think it's been a wonderful experience for many, many students over the last 20 years to do this, and it's certainly a relationship that we're very, very proud to have with BIBF. For the students that do come, I think they find it's a very nice lifestyle when they do come to North West Wales, to Bangor, because it's a nice, relaxed lifestyle without a lot of the pressures of busy city life that you do tend to get in Bahrain. And I think a lot of our international students do have a wonderful time there, because it's just a very different type of location. It does rain a lot more than Bahrain, I should say, as well, but that's a good thing as well as bad. To see that also snows a lot more, I should say, and we have more zip wires as well. But so it's an adventurous area. But how do I phrase it? It's been lovely to be able to talk to you, and I do hope this has helped you in making some of your decisions. So thank you very much. Oops, go back to my picture there.
Thank you so much, Professor. So thank you so much, Professor, for the presentation. What I'll do is I'll now ask Ayah to give us a discussion about the LSE program and the opportunities available for students.
Hi, good morning. So do I share my screen?
Let me share my screen, Ayah.
Okay, sure. Okay, so first of all, good morning. Hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for attending this virtual live open house. My name is Ayah, and I will be talking to you about the University of London program that we have here at BIBF. For those who don't know, the BIBF is a recognized teaching center for the University of London. So basically the program is, or the University of London was founded in 1836, so it's been here for quite some time. And basically the program is under the academic direction of the London School of Economics, which was founded in 1895, and it's ranked second globally for social sciences. It also has approximately 30 plus accredited teaching centers globally, and alhamdulillah, BIBF is one of those recognized teaching centers. The program is so prestigious that we've had 36 LSE Nobel Prize winners. There's so much more to this program that hopefully our students will be benefiting from. Noor, if we could just move to the next slide. So if you notice, the logo up there. It says awarding body is University of London and the academic direction is LSE. So basically what that means is that anything that you'll be learning from the program, whether it's the research, the learning resources, the examinations, everything comes from LSE. And where BIBF comes from, where BIBF is going to play a role in is basically provide you with a campus, teaching facilities, so you'll be getting all your training there and you'll be meeting a lot of your peers. So that's where the BIBF comes in. And the awarding body, so where you'll be getting your degree from, the international recognition from, and your global alumni community will be from the University of London. Noor, if we could just move to the next slide. Perfect. So what does the BIBF offer? Currently, we offer one stream, which is the bachelor's degree or the BSc in economics and management. So how does the program work? It's a 3-year-long program excluding foundation. So it's a 3-year program and each subject is taught over a full academic year. How that differs from other programs such as the Bangor University validated programs is that basically Bangor is divided into semesters, whereas the University of London program is an entire academic year. So you would be starting in September and you would be attempting your final examinations in March, April, March. So the entire year you'll have 4 to 5 subjects and they're all final examination based. So there are no midterms, there are no assessments of any type in the middle of the semester. Everything is towards the end. And again, all your examinations are created and handled by LSE. So the main subjects that you would be covering during this program is mainly economics. You would have accounting, subjects like corporate finance, management, human resources, and you can also get in touch with different programs or different modules such as psychology, international political economics, international introduction to international relations. So there is a lot of mix and match, and you can tailor your program and still have your BSc in economics and management so long as you meet the requirements of your mandatory subjects. So normally what this program leads to is careers in central banks and economic development agencies, research, and hopefully academia. If you can just move to the next slide. So how do you get into the program? The entry requirements are pretty simple. It's just like every other program that you would be entering into. So if, for example, if you have a high school degree, one thing you'd need to finish off is the IFP or the International Foundation Program. Otherwise, if you have your IB or you've completed A-levels or do have CBSE, then you could directly be eligible to enter year 1. One other requirement that they do have is that you have to have an Igcse module in mathematics or equivalent, and that's because a lot of the mandatory subjects that you will be taking in the University of London program require mathematical knowledge, heavy mathematical knowledge. Yeah, an IELTS score of 6 or above, and your study options are 3 years completely in Bahrain. Yeah, and that's about it for the University of London program.
Thank you so much, Ayah. Thank you for the information.
Thanks.
Allow me to welcome Ameena Buhazza, who is a current student at Bangor University, to discuss her overall feedback and experience in both BIBF and Bangor.
Thank you, Noor. Hi, good morning. My name is Ameena Buhazza, and as Noor mentioned, I'll be talking about my experience as a student in both BIBF and in Bangor. So why I chose BIBF? Initially, I heard about it because I knew a lot of my family members and friends who already attended BIBF, and they all had good things to say about it, and as well as the information I've received before from like my school and the brochures and everything that were given to me. So I chose it because it had a good reputation both in Bahrain and outside of Bahrain. It offered a degree from an international university while I was still studying in Bahrain, as well as it gave me the option to do an exchange year if I chose to in Bangor. So I applied to BIBF the summer that I graduated from high school, around the time of graduation. It was a very straightforward process. It was very easy. Everybody was very helpful. They guided me very well, from the admissions office to customer service to everyone. So I entered the foundation program immediately because I didn't do A-levels or IB in my school. I just had a regular high school diploma. But I'm actually glad that I did do foundation because it gave me like the background that I did not have from school. I didn't take a lot of business courses and things like that in school. Usually you don't, but it wasn't a problem because all of the courses were very introductory. They gave me a good background. It also gave me some time to decide which major I wanted to go into. So yeah, they helped a lot as well to help me decide what major I want to go into when I was in foundation. So I'd ask a lot about it. I'd ask the teachers, I'd ask the staff that worked there. I used to even ask students that were already there, one of like the older students, what they thought about their major. Everyone was actually very friendly. And so I eventually chose accounting and finance as my major, and I decided to do the Bangor program, mainly because I was really interested in the auditing area of finance. And like, I thought that accounting was very diverse. I think everywhere you go, you need an accountant, whether it's basic bookkeeping, whether it's auditing, whether it's anything. I think that's initially what drew me into the major. So with the classes in BIBF, they're very concentrated. It's not like very intimidating where you go into like in other universities where it's like a seminar hall full of 300, 500 students. Our classes were very concentrated. Depending on like the class, it would usually be around 25 to 30 students. It gave me a lot of room to meet the students, to become friends with them, to openly participate in class, to talk to my lecturers. It helped me focus a lot and helped also to learn better. Then I chose the Bangor program. I thought it was a really good program. It had the major that I wanted. It was very well known. And I also like the fact that I can do an exchange year, which I did. I'm in the 3rd year now, and I did choose to go to Bangor University, to Bangor in Wales. And I honestly don't regret it. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made, even though we're in a pandemic and it was kind of, you know, a little rocky, but it was really, really a decision I do not regret. And like Professor John said, it's a beautiful city. It's a great experience. You become very independent, and it's an experience you kind of don't get when you're studying in Bahrain, but it's amazing. I would honestly recommend anyone who does do the Bangor program to try the year abroad. And yes, I really, really recommend it. And I'm actually looking forward. I will be graduating this semester, and hopefully I'm really looking forward to the future and all of the things that I learned from BIBF and Bangor to apply into the real world. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ameena. That was lovely. Thank you so much. What we'll do now is just share with you a video which showcases some of our graduates or students' feedback regarding the programs that we offer at BIBF.
You can see different universities, they have different ways of structuring their programs. And hands down, BIBF, the way they structured it, the way they have everything organized, the quality of the lectures here and the quality of the building itself is nothing short of astonishing, to be quite honest.
I consider my time here to be the best of my life. I must have already.
I finished my exams, I had applied for an internship and I got in right away. So that was a very great opportunity and a great career boost.
I made a lot of long-lasting friendships, I would say. It was just generally great. I'd do it all over again if I could.
Well, I didn't really know much about accounting, which is the degree I graduated in when I first joined. But the IBF's bachelor program for accounting really opened all the doors for me. It gave me every single piece of knowledge that I would need, whether it was accounting related or finance related or even...
I got employed 1 month before I finished for Deloitte.
And as for my personality, you get to spend a long time, during classes over the past years, doing your bachelor's program, and you get to learn a lot about yourself, you get to grow in the process. So I would say it's all about the growth that you gain out of your bachelor's experience. So that's exactly what I got out of it.
And personality-wise, I think it has made me grow as a person, understand the world a bit better.
As for my personality, I grew a lot. I can't deny that. Especially accounting demands hard work and a lot of commitment to it, and it really took a lot for me to be able to really commit to it, and it really has shaped me to become a whole different person, whether it was with my family, professionally, personally. It's been amazing. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
So I hope you've enjoyed that video, and let's invite and welcome Ms. Shireen Heidari to discuss the Ielts assessment and how to prepare for it as well.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live session. So I'm just going to discuss about the IELTS assessment. As was mentioned, you could do an IELTS assessment as one of the criteria to get admission to one of the programs. The IELTS assessment typically is 2 hours and 45 minutes, and it looks at 4 sections, which is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. The listening is usually 4 recordings, which are around 30 minutes. And then sometimes if it's paper-based, then you have an extra 10 minutes. If it is computer-based, then it's only 30 minutes long. We have a reading section, which is around 60 minutes, and you have to read 3 long texts and answer 40 questions. There's a writing that will take another 60 minutes, and then speaking that can range from 10 to 15 minutes to take. How we can help you with the IELTS assessment is that we will be running IELTS Advantage sessions, which explains basically the information that you would need for the IELTS assessment. We work alongside the British Council, where they do the academic IELTS, which is the assessment you will be doing. We also do tend to do IELTS prep courses. If anyone is interested, just let us know. Thank you so much. And if there's anything you need to know about the IELTS assessments, please get in touch with us.
Thank you so much, Shireen. Thank you. Okay, to continue, I'm sure you know that we're currently located in Jufair at the moment. Our campus is in Jufair. However, we're moving towards Bahrain Bay, hopefully very soon. And if you pass through that area, you would actually be able to see the campus. This is how the BIBF would look like as the exterior, the interior as well. All of the classrooms and the offices. Okay, all of the classes would also overlook the sea, so you'd have that as well. Not sure if you can.
We cannot see anything.
Let me share my screen again, I think. Okay. All right. So yes, this is how our campus would look like, interior and exterior. And all of the classrooms would overlook the sea, which is amazing. This is how the lobby would look like, the library, the student lounge, seminar, and the cafe. And definitely follow us on our social media accounts so that you'd be able to look at our latest news and view our videos as well. And for now, we'll hand over the mic to you if you have any questions regarding any of the mentioned today, or if we could help you, please do not hesitate to ask us. And this is our email in case you also want to email us. Feel free to ask us any question. So there was a question, what type of support do you provide to students who choose to transfer to the UK? So if you choose to transfer to the UK, you have would you want to transfer after completing the foundation? That will be different. And if you want to transfer once you complete your 2 years here in Bahrain, then do the final year in UK. So I'll discuss both. So if you decide to do your foundation year here and then travel abroad, what we try to do first thing, even prior to applying, you'll need to notify us which university that you're interested in so that we contact that university and make sure we know the requirements ahead. Because some universities would request, they would accept the foundation, but then they'd have additional requirements. For example, you'll need to achieve certain percentages in English or math or economics. So depending on your major, that will be determined by the university that you're interested in. So we'll do all of that for you. We'll share with you the requirements and follow up and assist you. However, if you choose to travel in your final year to Bangor, once you decide to do the Bangor program and decide to travel to the final year, what we do is we conduct seminars. We inform students about the requirements to travel, the visa requirements. Other than that, accommodation would provide you with many options for you to decide on. So we'd support you in terms of accommodation, the visa requirements, and transferring to UK. Hope that was helpful. Do you have any other questions regarding the programs, the requirements? Do you want us to go over any of the points? Okay, there is a question. I'm planning to get a scholarship and it will open in October. So in this case, when can I do? Okay, so our application process is open starting from now till August. So you'll have that time to provide us with your papers and apply. You can start applying and then provide us with the letter once you receive from the sponsored entity. As long as you have that letter of sponsorship, we'd be able to support you. The application process is open, as I've mentioned, and it's done online. So if you visit the BIBF website, you can apply by filling the required fields, attaching the requirements. Even if you didn't complete or didn't graduate yet, you can still start applying by attaching the relevant documents such as the passport copy, CPR copy, photo IDs, medical requirement, which is just eyesight and blood pressure from any of the registered medical government medical entities, and then once you have the rest of your documents, then you can also start submitting them. There is an application fee of 30 BD that you'll need to pay online as well. Once we receive your application, what we'll do is draft you an acknowledgement letter that basically states that we do acknowledge that you applied. However, we are still waiting to receive some documents, which is fine. As long as we receive them before 30th of August, which is the deadline, then you'd be on the safe side, and then we'd be able to, once you complete your papers, we'd issue you the acceptance letter. Hope that was clear. Okay, so there was a question, what's another choice we can do instead of doing the IELTS exam? So as was mentioned, if you would like to join us in the foundation program, then decide to basically join the Bangor program that we offer, you can join without the IELTS as long as you score a certain percentage in the English modules offered at the foundation, which is the scoring 60% in the business English at the foundation year, and 50% in the academic study skills in the foundation year, another 50% in the academic writing and presentation in the foundation year. As long as you meet the requirements, you would be exempted from the foundation, from the IELTS. So that's one alternative. Do you have any other question? Okay, so if you don't have any questions, or if you think about anything else that you weren't able to ask us during this session, what you can do is just write down our email address, which is shared at the moment, and email us accordingly, and we'd be glad to assist you throughout this process. I hope you've enjoyed this session, and I hope that we were able to assist you during this process. We understand that graduating high school comes with a great responsibility and a huge decision-making process for you guys, and we are more than happy to assist you, and we look forward to being part of your future, hopefully, inshallah. There is a question here which says, is there a training opportunity? So a training opportunity, yeah, right? Training opportunity in terms of an opening. What we do is we receive requests from so many different entities to train during like internship opportunities, basically, and what we do is we push for that. We provide you with that training or that internship. We send your CVs to the organizations to link you and for you to build up your CV even when you're students. And if you do have any internship opportunity that you would want, we would issue you a letter to support you as well.
Yes, if I may add, yes. Since the BIBF is under the control of the CBB, and all of our board members are CEOs of banks and insurance companies, so there is a great opportunity for our students to get training in one of these organizations. Usually during the year, we receive requests from prestigious companies, as just Noor highlighted, that they want either to recruit our students or to give them training opportunities. So training opportunity is available, and recently, because of the pandemic and the situation, but still we were successful to arrange for virtual training opportunities. This has been done successfully with Ahli United Bank, and also we helped the Salam Bank with the same training opportunities. Not to worry, training opportunities are available and based on our connection and our stance at the Bahrain market, you can get an amazing opportunity in the financial services sector at Bahrain.
There was a question which basically stated that can IGCSE replace IELTS? Unfortunately, for students who have IGCSE within the required percentage of 65%, you're still required to do your IELTS because that's an English assessment. So in addition, if the IGCSE, if you receive a certain percentage, you would receive an exemption from the foundation, yet you will still need to provide us with the IELTS score of 6 for you to be a year 1 student. But that should be achievable. Doctor, do you want to mention?
I think it's as you have highlighted earlier, and there is an option if you choose to go for Bangor University, still you can be exempted from the IELTS because you will need to score certain grades like for business English 60%, academic presentation skills 50%, and academic writing skills another 50%. So I think there are options available even if you have chosen not to do the IELTS.
Yes, but if you are exempted from the foundation, then you need to provide us with the IELTS. Only if you're exempted from the foundation, whether you have full IB, A-levels or IGCSE, then you still need to provide us with the IELTS as an English assessment criteria. There is another question here. I'd want to ask about the payment. Do we have to pay it once monthly or can there be any? Okay, so basically payments are structured in a way that is paid throughout the semester itself. So semester basis. However, if we do offer students another payment method, which is the payment through installments. So during one semester, the payment would be divided into 2. That's the installment structure. Hope that answers your question.
And sometimes we do look at individual cases, like case by case, if there were like any financial conditions that we need to look at.
Okay. We hope we've answered your questions, and as mentioned before, you have our email address and you can feel free to email us in case you have any doubts or questions or require guidance. We're here to support you 24/7. Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to thank the speakers for their efforts today. Thank you so much for being here today.